big name original content channels, so I'm sure they will have a lot to speak about on new YouTube and coming together, so I'm just going to let you introduce yourselves, of course.
Hi, I'm Katie Lett. Woo! I don't know what else you want me to say about this. My name is Kelly Styles. I like long walks on the beach, holding hands and hot bench. Clean hands.
Hi, I'm Will.
Hi, Will. Are you serious? Hi, I'm Kaylee. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
And I'm Mia. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Sarah Malkin. I'm the executive producer of the Moms Vertical. So these channels and the Moms View. Here with another great producer, Kristen, and other executives and producers from Maker Studios.
So I think the first question to ask is, whose idea was this? Where did this come from for moms to come together and make a YouTube channel? It's something that's never been done before. I mean, where did even the beginnings of an inspiration to do this come from?
Well, it sort of came, Shay wants to say something.
My idea.
Of course, Shay has to take credit for everything.
Typical man.
It's not your panel, Shay.
It kind of was. I mean, we were talking to actually Lisa Nova, and she was saying, wouldn't it be great if we had, like, you know, a whole thing, and we were like, well, let's make a Moms Network. So it was kind of like a collaborative idea of Lisa, Shay, me, Kaylee was there, you know, and we all just, I remember Shay and I and Kaylee, we thought, okay, what will we name it? And we said the Moms View, and we got that channel right when we were thinking of it, and so it's sort of a collaborative effort between all of us. I don't know.
Very cool. And so how did the rest of you ladies come to be a part of the Moms View?
Well, I was, like she said, I was visiting in July, and Lisa wanted us to talk to me and Colette, and so we wanted to do a Mom's channel, and of course we knew Carly was starting her channel, so that's just kind of how it happened. The rest is history.
Yeah, I want to hear from everyone.
I'm not one of the sisters, and we look alike.
It's not just a family affair, it's a friend affair too.
I know, it was a little intimidating at first because I was like, oh, no, just kind of Bethlehem here. But I just started with Maker, and I'm a mom, and I come from a different background, so it'd be interesting to have different viewpoints, which is what it's called, Mom's View, different views.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It was something that Lisa was really passionate about and was really excited to work with these guys on, finding a place on YouTube for women to come together and find some content and some engagement and sharing stories and sharing the concerns that women have. And of course, we see it as a place for families and for anybody who's interested in the topics that we're discussing that can be applicable to all people, but it was really a focus of all of us to have a women place, to have a center where women could come on YouTube. And so Mia is part of our network, and Bella Michelle is another mom who's part of our network, and we'll probably be adding some more to the Moms View because we do like the different perspectives.
And it's great that you all each have, your own individual channels, and you all have your own, personal style in them, and then you come together on Moms View to really do something extraordinary and special in developing the content for that, because you have a lot of different content that, the Moms View has. How did you decide what type of content you wanted to be on the Moms View?
Well, really, I think that we wanted to have a place where it wasn't just about moms, it was about women in general and just everybody. So we tried to make, like Moms on the Loose is we try to make it a little funny and just random, silly. And then the Moms View, we usually talk about, anything. Like, it gets into kind of serious issues, but then it can be fun issues or just, anything.
Right, I mean, you did a really good video about bullying recently that I thought was really interesting. Like, is there a concern to balance like the funny with the serious?
Yeah, for sure. We don't want to make it too serious because push some people away, but we like to add elements of just realness, not just like we're just making a funny skit. We want it to be really real and people that can relate to it and hopefully be inspired by it and gain something real.
Right.
I think from the very beginning we didn't want to just sell ourselves as the Moms View and that's all we care about. Obviously we're mothers and we moderately love our children, yes. But we wanted to remain true to who we were as women and as things that were important to us, and the comments mean everything to us, and I think that's what kind of the Moms View Wednesday show has been about, is answering comments from you guys and what's important in your lives and how we can relate and put ourselves out there and hopefully be something you guys can look up to. I mean, these guys are. I know a lot more, but.
What has been some of your favorite pieces of content that you've done so far, and different, kind of shows that you're doing that you are really passionate about?
Well, I think the bullying piece, definitely, the Moms View we just did about bullying, and hearing personal stories like the one that Amanda shared, and I think also an episode of the Moms View that was meaningful to me was when Mia talked about her divorce, and we all talked about fightings and breakups and relationships, because I think that what's special about the Moms View, what's been developing over time, is really the personal share, the specificity of the experiences of the women that are part of it, and the other guests who come on who are not always women, sharing their own personal true stories. So those two episodes stand out in my mind. What were you going to say, Colette?
Oh, I was just going to say the Mom's View in general, just because it's given me, I don't know about all, I'm sure they feel the same way, just an opportunity to really show who I am, I guess, and it's not, I'm not just Katie Led behind the camera, I'm like a real woman. I said real like 17 times.
But Mia, what's special about being a part of the Moms? Like you came into this and you had your whole different background to bring to it. What for you has been special about being included in this group of women?
Well, the fact that there's such strong, inspiring women is inspiring me to be there. And I mean, girls could be we can have a hard time sometimes getting along with other girls.
Right.
And we have such a good time doing it. And we all got along from day one, and I met these girls. Like, it's just been a fun.
There's no behind-the-scenes fighting and drama.
Not yet.
Her. She comes her.
Yeah.
I think it's fun learning from each other too. We get done with an episode of the Moms Room and it's like, I didn't know that about you. Or, when Mia did share more about her life, we're just getting to know Mia, so it's so neat to get to know everyone.
Are you finding that that you're growing with the channel?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel spoiled, like I'm getting more from this than what we're putting out. I'm like, I hope we're helping as much as like every day after we're done shooting. I'm like, I just love you guys. It just really touched my heart today.
Yeah.
And the comments, reading the people's comments is amazing. Like, I go to bed at night and I'm like, I feel good. Like, if we can inspire one person, and I think we inspire more than one, it's such an amazing feeling to just get that, inspire younger women and stuff.
Right. And so, as moms on YouTube, as an audience, and then kind of transitioning to content creators, where do you see yourselves influencing other mothers? And do you think that this is something that can grow really, really big? Do you think that, obviously you want to, influence everyone, but are you targeting moms? Do you think that there's a powerful moms community on YouTube that has not been tapped?
Right. Yes, totally.
Yes.
Yeah, I think something that I really like is I feel like there's a lot of young kids who watch YouTube, and in a lot of the comments they said, I showed this episode to my mom, and so I feel like they're showing their parents, their moms and their parents, and bringing them to YouTube, so I love that.
Absolutely. I think, it hasn't, of course, YouTube hasn't traditionally been a place for moms. It's not what it's known for. But there are tons of moms out there who need information, need community, want to hear what other moms have to say, want to hear what other women have to say. And we are just so excited and proud to be on the forefront of providing that place, because we think the potential is ever expanding for all of these moms to come together and feel like they're part of a community of, as I say, women who love their children, but also are women in the full sense of their lives and relationships, exploring their passions, pursuing their dreams. It's very exciting for us to consider how much growth we see is out there.
When I started, when my daughter was just born, I was on YouTube every day researching stuff. Like, she's colicky, the diapers, sleeping, and I couldn't find anything. And a few times I found stuff, and it was always older women that were midwives that were 60, and I'm like, I can't relate to them.
Right.
Maybe it's different the way they handled it back then.
Right.
And so I'm so happy that I'm able to help young moms like that.
What's it like getting to work with your kids on the Moms View? Because I'm flipping out, I've seen a few episodes now where the kids, transform from what they are into, the rock star or the Disney princess or whatever it is. Do you see incorporating your kids a lot more into moms? Or is that something that, is just a small part of it?
Well, I would love it if we could more, but they don't always behave on set. It's kind of hard, but it's so much fun to be able to work with your kids.
Yeah.
It's rewarding. Like, what job do you get to take your kids with you and have them interact and actually enjoy what they're doing? It's just so rewarding. It's like, you want to come with work with mom today? And they're like, yeah. So it's rewarding.
Very cool.
We should do a Moms on the Loose and interview the kids.
That could get
But what do you have in store for the future? Like, are you going to expand with more content? Are you going to add more moms? Like, where are you, you started so well with launching it, and where do you see it going from here?
There's a lot to come.
I feel like that was very, very teasing.
Yeah. I will be on the lookout for a Mom's View 2, possibly, in the next little bit, where we'll have some more behind-the-scenes things. We are also developing a show that is specifically geared towards new moms, towards tips to help new moms when they're actually looking for information about colicky babies or teething babies, or really trying to focus on providing, in a personal, warm way, information that will actually be of help to new moms. And there are some new moms who are going to be joining our network, one particularly who's interested in showing other moms how to use technology. So people with particular interests that are going to be joining our world, and possibly a show involving some more of the kids, and a lot. But we also really take our ideas for that stuff from you guys. So the more suggestions and comments you leave, the more you get our wheels turning about where we can go with this.
And how are you finding, we're talking about audience wars, what we were talking about before the break. What is your relationship with your audience like, and how is it, distributing the content, making sure eyes are being seen on it, that whole kind of audience engagement, social networking, how does that all play into the moms and each one of you individually?
It's huge. I mean, it's everything, because if we didn't have, engagement with the fans, then we don't have viewers, obviously. And it's a balance, trying to balance doing the shows and being online and watching everybody's comments and things, but it's totally key to what we're doing, and I love it. Like, that's why we do what we're doing, is so we can get on and see all the comments and all the people are like, oh my gosh, I've been through that too, or, it's why we do it.
I was just going to also say, we have a really good production team who is always on the ball and pointing out things like, we really need to address this topic. There's a lot of thumbs up decks. We have a lot going on all the time. Plus we're moms, plus we have lives, plus there's drama. I mean, there's so much going on. So I think IO, and I know I'm proud to speak for these girls, we have a really good production team who is always on the ball with, okay, let's do this. The viewers want this. Let's inform them about this. So I think good job, producers and our production team. You guys are the best.
It's the most fun job in the world. This is so fun.
Yeah, I mean, how is it, because you doing YouTube, full time in a sense is such a commitment. How do you find kind of balancing what you do in your own lives with then, coming to the studio and filming and coming up with ideas and things like that? How is that balance working out for all of you?
Thank heavens for blogging. You can blog everyday life.
I find it really helpful to have a really good phone. No, that really, I mean, it's just, you're constantly on it, making sure that you're tweeting and commenting and paying attention to the things and just involving it in your everyday life, I guess.
Very cool.
I think too, for my channel and what I'm doing, to come up with content that I enjoy doing with my kids so that I don't feel like I'm leaving them out. I make a craft with my kids where I do make sure to have the content that I really love making.
Right. Yes. We can move on. So I'll ask you another question.
Yeah.
What's something that you guys haven't discussed or you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
So much. I mean, I feel like we would never run out of content and things to discuss. There's so many different things we can talk about as women, as moms. I mean, we get every comment is people that want us to talk about something, and we get thousands of them. So we'll pick the one that gets the most thumb up because that's the one people want to hear us talk about.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so how do you feel about, you're one of the new premium channels, and how has kind of being, a part of that been as kind of more of an organizational structure, like YouTube, helped you start and everything? Like how has YouTube been in supporting and helping you grow and things like that? Sarah, I don't know if that's more of a question for you.
I guess that's me. It's been amazing. I mean, we've been really, really lucky to get, to get YouTube support. And even just recently, I know some of you guys have commented. They've been running some ads.
Yeah, I saw a mom's pre-roll this weekend, or this past week.
Sell out.
So it's been great to just have, a little bit more to be able to work with and just to have the attention of the community, because since, as we talked about, moms isn't an area that people are traditionally looking for the way they might be for other areas of content. We really need help from you guys, from YouTube, from everybody to say, hey, guess what? This is happening now. You might not have thought that there were content for you on YouTube if you're a mom or a young woman, but there is. It's geared directly to you. So it's been great to have YouTube's help in trying to let the world know you don't just have to watch TV. You can really come and get entertainment that is meaningful to you on YouTube with the mom's view.
And do you feel that the community that you're creating with all of this is going to be able to rival, some of the more established, like not just comedy entertainment, but gaming and fashion and style and beauty? Like, are you going to be one of the big communities? Do you think?
Heck yes, absolutely. We know it. I mean, I feel like I can brag about them a little bit because, but we've really had an amazing reception and. We feel excited to be. We are definitely the #1 moms network, and we are just growing and expanding. So I'm really, as a woman who may one day be a mom, we'll see. It's just delightful to me and really exciting to all of us. I think it's going to be huge.
Very cool. And just for background, when did Moms launch?
December 7th.
So it launched December 7th. It gets pretty good views.
Yeah.
Like for a brand new channel, even though sponsored by YouTube and everything, you guys have a sizable audience that you're already building. I mean, how amazed are you at what you've been able to accomplish so far?
Way amazed. I mean, I'm just really grateful to everyone that that watches us because they could go watch somewhere else, but they're here supporting us, and that means everything to me. Because sometimes I don't feel like. I get discouraged with, maybe I don't have good content, I don't know. But then reading all the comments, it just buoys me up, and it's like, yeah, we can do it. Yeah. And it's all of you guys, I love you.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I feel like more selfish than I do feel like I'm actually providing service. I just am grateful for everybody that's been in support, and it's one thing to put yourself out there and to be honest and take the criticism, but to have somebody be like, it's okay, I've been there, really, I understand, thank you for helping me, then it's like everything that I've ever gone through that was hard has made this whole journey worth it. So thank you for the fans and followers and comments. We love you.
Yeah, and I think were you going to say something again? I think a big part of the reason that that it has been successful is because of each of these women here and how unique and how extraordinary each of them are, and that they each have different perspectives to contribute to the Moms View, but then each of their own channels is really doing very well because they each have something different and special to offer. So I hope in addition to watching the Moms View, you subscribe to all of these individual moms because each of them really is sharing a different perspective, and it's just very wonderful to watch with tips and tricks, but also just sharing personal parts of their lives and answering your questions. So I think I attribute it to them.
I mean, with each of you having your own personal channels and taking off and everything, are you surprised? I guess in a sense, like did you? I mean, YouTube is still so new that whenever someone kind of makes it their job, they're like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Can you do you ever have that moment where you're kind of shocked that you're living this life? I guess
Every day.
Every day.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing to me.
Very cool.
I mean, because I don't really feel like I have anything specifically special to offer. I just love it.
Oh, come on.
But really, we're going to be fighting later out in the pool. You guys want to come and view that?
But do you ever feel any? Are there any difficulties that you've come across in this process so far? Is there anything that any not negative parts, but things that are harder than you expected them to be?
For me, it's some of the comments.
Are you? Is it you get a little angry comments from?
I mean, I think we all do, but you get thousands of positive comments, and then you get that one.
And that one negative comment seems to outweigh the positive ones.
It's hard, but you have to really, people have their own opinion, and I watch some channels that I like and I don't like, and it's okay, but it's a little, it sucks.
I think it can be difficult just knowing what people want, I guess. Like, make it more about what we feel like we can offer instead of what everybody else wants.
Right.
I don't know. It's always a struggle trying to balance everything and feel like what you're doing is really helping somebody, but that's why I do it.
I think something that's hard for me is always wanting to do better and make my channel better, and it gets discouraging sometimes. Like, how can I make this the best it could be?
Right. And how do you work through that?
I I just keep trying. So, yeah.
You have a good support system?
Yeah, absolutely. I always am going into Carly's room. I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing good. You're doing good, and I'm like, you're doing good too.
If anything else, I watch her videos and she watches mine. So thanks, Haley.
So a question for each of you: what are your goals for your own channel, and then what are your goals for the moms? Like, what do you want to see come of all of this in more of like a big picture sense?
I think my goals for my channel, I've actually just recently decided.
So this is exclusive.
I've decided to just add things that I'm passionate about, like music. I'm going to start doing more music on my channel, and maybe a little bit more fitness, because those are the things that I've been passionate about for a long time, but I really haven't brought to YouTube because I've been nervous. Like, I remember reading one comment one time after I did a fitness video that was like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm this and this, and I know this. I'm like, maybe you're right. So I've decided to just let go of all that and just put out what I'm passionate about. Not only, I'm already passionate about all the things that we're doing, but more of that.
Right. Singing, more singing.
Yeah.
Shay wants you to say.
I agree with her. I just always want it to be about the viewers and what they want, and it's hard to not, because I want to stay passionate to what I am, but I love teaching others and helping anybody, and so I feel like I've been through a lot, and like I said, if I could help just one person, then I feel like I'm, helping, and I feel grateful and that I'm serving others, and to the moms view specifically, I just feel grateful to work with these women and hope that I put as much out on the table as they do every time someone's like, oh, they're so much more awesome than me. What can I do to be better like them? So I just always want to be always honest and pulling from my heart and putting out on the table everything that I have to offer, and hopefully I'm not going to know. So.
Well, I agree with everything that they said. But also just really making content for moms. I really, really on my channel want moms to be able to come and get crowd items and different items that they can do with their children and their families. And the kids can see and say, hey mom, let's do this together, something like that. And I just started a new series on my channel, and I'm hoping to help others out there that maybe have been through the same things that I've been through.
Very cool.
But yeah.
And he's so good. You're like Martha Stewart.
You really are.
I don't know about that. Yeah, you are. My channel, I have a show called Mamma Mia, which is just kind of a place for me to sit and open up and talk about some stuff going on in my life and as a mom. And then I have my vlogs on Wednesdays. I kind of just follow, bring my camera with, and I do these surfing videos that are fun to do.
So fun.
And, it's amazing because I think you asked us earlier, like, if it's how we feel about doing this. I'm a mom, I surf, I love the outdoors, and I just do it all. I just bring this little thing. And then for the moms, hoping, I feel like right now the audience that we have is more based, we've had Shay and you guys and family, but I feel eventually we're going to start getting those moms that haven't heard from us outside of the family, all those people. And then also the title, it's the mom's view, but it's not just mom stuff. So hopefully some young girls are going to find us as well and realize that it's a place where they can just connect and,
Even guys. I mean, you might not be a mom, but maybe you'll be married to a mom one day. With your own kids. So I think we want our audience to be everybody.
Nice.
Everybody. I have seen that in the comments before. A guy said, I'm not married, but I watch this so that I'll know how to treat my future wife one day. Yeah.
Where's that man? I gotta find it.
The best comment I've ever seen on the Mom's View was a guy that said that this makes me appreciate my mom and my wife so much more. It's amazing. Yeah.
And Sarah, more of a question for you. Where do you see the moms a year from now, 2 years from now? Like what, big picture, future stuff, where do you want to take this?
Wow, that's a great question. I think I see and hope for an expanded moms network on YouTube where there are more moms making videos about things that matter to them, more content that we're doing as a hub with our core here. But I also see a lot of growth for these particular group of women out in the world. I mean, I think there's so much that they can do with even though they all, and it kills me, tend to devalue or undervalue their voices and their contributions. They have so much to give to the world, and I think that they are going to just rise individually in prominence, as well as what I hope for, which is just really moms taking over YouTube. Just having, we called it that for a reason. Having this place where in the national dialogue, people know that there is a huge place for moms on YouTube, that it is absolutely as expected that you would find great content there as that you would find great gaming content there. That's just as valuable, and I really think we're on the way. So.
Very cool. Well, in wrapping up, is just any questions from the audience that you have? Yes? I am going to bring you the microphone.
Hi, I'm Akila, Smoothie Freak on YouTube. This is a question that I would ask my mother if she knew what the internet was. So I'm going to do it as well. Something that I've kind of struggled with my channel is that I have a day job, so like I feel like there are certain things I can't say even if I want to be open like you all are. So it's like my content, it's a thing that struggles because of it. Yeah. So what would you say to like somebody who is kind of working towards being where you are and having a full-time YouTube sort of situation, who is actually working like a job where they kind of have to be censored, or like feel like they have to be? I don't know. I just wanted to hear your input.
Like your boss might watch his videos, like,
right, and then ask me about it. Yeah, and I'll be like, I have to explain like it's the internet, like you don't understand.
Wow, that's a really hard question because I truly believe that. I mean, we did it full time. When we decided to do it, it was just like, let's go. And it was scary. It was so scary at first, but we just went for it, and it's work. But I can't say that to everyone because you have to work to eat and live. So. I mean, I would say just do the best you can and do as close to what you want to put out there without, cutting yourself off from, and I had friends that have been like, I have to have an alias on YouTube so that my job doesn't, I can't give you specifics, but because they're worried about that. So I guess my advice would be just do the best you can and push through with, and maybe you might hit a point where you do have to choose. I don't know, that's hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I think it's always important to remain true to who you are. Certainly, I mean, you're going to have haters, and I obviously don't want you to lose your job driving. But I think it's best just, be who you are, and that's what will shine through, and that's what people relate to as somebody who's real, even if you make class once in a while, if you're wild, whatever. I mean, you just got to be true to who you are, but, I mean, find those lines of what could get in trouble or whatnot. I don't know. But like Liz, I just push through and stay true to who you are. Love you.
All right.
Okay, you can go ahead.
One more.
Go ahead.
Did you have a question?
No, yeah, but you go ahead.
Fight.
Being a relatively new channel, I mean, what kind of hurdles do you guys have to jump over? Like, I know you got YouTube backing you because you're the moms, and that's awesome. But what are the hurdles you got to do? What do you do to get over those obstacles?
I mean, there's things that we've been learning along the way, of course, There's shows that we piloted that we thought we were going to do, but then we realized we weren't going to do. The whole nature of the Mom's View changed. We started off with that as a very different show, around a table. I think we put one of those up. But we realized the feeling wasn't right. So there's always things we recently took new photos for the whole layouts of Wednesday. I don't know if you guys have, I hope you've been to the site since Wednesday, so we started off with a look and then realized, maybe this isn't exactly who we are. We're defining over time what we want the channel to be, what we want the vertical to be, and I think one thing, sometimes we've been frustrated or we've been disappointed that it didn't work exactly the way we wanted it to, but being patient and saying, you know what, this is okay, it's good to change direction, to be flexible, and to take our time trying to get, try not to rush it too much, get the best we can get, and even if that means sometimes we have to let things go along the way, just honing in and be the best, strongest content. I think those are, learning pain, growing pains are some of that.
My advice is just to not get discouraged. Don't let it get you down. Just keep trying and try something new if something doesn't work. Yeah. Also, Twitter, Facebook, like any way you can get your videos out there, always on them all the time. That's how I've noticed like my growth isn't anything huge, but I think my biggest jumps is when I've always been on there posting and like contacting other people and responding to fans and interacting. Anything you can do to get your work, it's free advertising, so just get it out there as much as possible and take advantage of those free websites.
All right, well, I hate to cut this off, but we've run a little bit over time. Find them all the teal shirts. They will answer all your questions. I'm sorry, but there are these wonderful t-shirts that they match, so they'll be around the entire weekend and ask them all the questions. Please